authentic, and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix of Autobots and mixed with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick, I need a pad of walls. I'm the king, heavy crown, heavy rain, cat and dogs. Homie with me if you're asking for it. There ain't much that he be asking for. He just wanna have a paddock on with a watch face with little dragon balls. Look, you don't need me either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You can be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Your girl has been calling for days. I get they know different ways. New Orleans parades, yeah, we like. And none of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation, yeah, we like. Your girl has been calling for days. I get they know different ways. Yeah, I'm like, none of my patient. We look like we on a vacation.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a...
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. Dante Moncrief now here on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And they'll run it here. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big one there for the Jags, 18 yards, first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, no, it still goes down as 4, not 9. Now they try the right side here. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his first look is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's now his second interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Touchdown, Jaguars! A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now it's Ryan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And that one makes it 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. From the shotgun, Ryan being chased out left. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd and 4.
39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
A gain of 3, second down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Buchanan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, let's go.
Now Ryan on first down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On first down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Walker with a grab, left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Freeman again. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Ryan, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Get up!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Leopard! Watch you now, Barney!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Here we go. 319!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Detroit! Gun!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Hey, let's go.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The Jaguars getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So he came that close to tying it, but this one sails wide by a whisker.
And Brandon, pro football is a game of inches in more ways than one. That one looked good the whole way. But it's agony on one sideline, celebration on the other.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On second down, Freeman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On third down, it's Freeman, and he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Ryan keeps it on the sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call. But as you noted, if they didn't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Jaguars. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have moved down in front here in the 4th quarter. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Get up!
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for the Jaguars, they do get the